Hello everybody, just waiting for some more people to show up, and we are gonna be starting with the weekend live. So guys, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Chart Striker. This is your host Dana. Hope all of you have had a good, awesome week. Myself, it's been a good one, a busy one, but a good one. Can't complain at all. So, Bitcoin, last time I streamed, I did say that I'd rather give it a bit more week, just one more week, because it still didn't break, critical levels. It was at critical levels, it was around critical levels, but it didn't break it. So there's a difference, right? Since it didn't break it, there was still a chance, and because there was still a chance, we had to just give it a bit more time. So 1 week turned into one more week, and then the day after I streamed, things started happening, okay? Things started happening. Now, we couldn't see, like, there was not, much signs on the last stream, right? When it came to Bitcoin, but we saw signs on Ethereum, we saw signs on Cardano, we saw signs on, a few other altcoins when it came to the 4-hourly time frame. If you guys remember, not the daily, but the 4-hourly time frame was telling us there was some type of reversal, trying to come. It was around the corner. We just had to give it a bit more time, right? So what happened after that? A few days later, this is just a small, a short summary of what happened since the last stream, right? Since that last stream, after that, Cardano started, going up a little bit. Even Ethereum, even, some other altcoins, plus Bitcoin itself. So it is good. It is good. Patience does pay off at the end, right? Patience. If you just, divide the word into two parts, patience, right? So this was beautiful. And for those of you wondering what this arrow's doing here and what's not, I'm a bit more active. I'm a bit more active on TikTok as well, because this weekend we will be at last Patreon is doing things, so they fixed the problems and so on and so forth. So I'll be releasing some tutorial videos for, or tutorial clips for the Patreons. At the same time, I've been active on TikTok as well, because like YouTube has been taking its time, even though I've been grinding daily, for a whole year. So I was like, okay, if a strategy doesn't work, same thing, applies for any thing in life. If one strategy doesn't work for you, and if you continue doing the same thing, then the problem lies within you first. Because if something doesn't work, and if you keep on repeating the same thing, you're not gonna go anywhere, right? So you gotta change your tactics. You gotta adapt to what's trending, what's not trending, and so on and so forth. Hence, I've put a bit more time on TikTok these past days. So this arrow that you see before it came down and it bounced and so on and so forth, I had a short video on TikTok on this thing happening. Actually, let me try to find it. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. Just easier to show you as usual. Right, here it is. I don't know who can see it, but I think you guys can see it, right? Okay, let me just pause the music. So this was the video, okay? This one right here, maybe it was this one. No, it was this one, okay? Let's have a look. So this was before it happened. I just, had it out in TikTok or on TikTok, and then, and then Bitcoin decided to respect the TA, because it's not a guarantee it's always going to respect it, right? But it did. It respected TA, and we started bouncing off these levels, or that level, So that was what the arrow was for. Those wondering, I could probably remove it now. No need for it. Anyways, let's get into the main part. Let me start off by saying that ugly divergence for Bitcoin is still there. It's still there. I know you do not want to hear this probably, but it is still there. It is better to just, be honest to yourselves and just, face what's going on instead of, being confused and so on and so forth. So the ugly divergence is still here. For it to break, we still need to see a close above, at least, 29.8, right? If you can see a close above 29.8, that bad divergence could become invalid. But before that, now we have a new thing going on. Okay, the new thing is we have a new resistance area. The new resistance area is right around these levels. Let me just draw it for you. Hold on. Let's see now. Yeah, because this one right here now is second, right? We reached, because last time I didn't even, feel like it was, because I thought we needed a few more days. Like, I'm not a time specialist, I'm a price specialist. So I thought it would probably need a few more days until, it starts, going to the upside. But things went off the day after the stream, literally. So I did talk about the $27,000, resistance. I already spoke about that. We kind of came all the way to 27,000 to be precise. We came all the way up to, let's see now, 26,900-ish. Okay, so just $100, difference. So first resistance now for Bitcoin is right here. Hope all of you guys can see it. It's clear. Right here. Okay, that's between, let's see now. This is on the daily, right? Between 27.3 to 27, like let me just put it this way, okay? If we see any daily candle close below, above 27.3-ish, okay, 27.3-ish, then there's a very decent chance we could go a bit higher to at least 27.8-ish, okay? Now, on the weekly, there is something that I want to discuss. On the weekly, meaning maybe this week or maybe next week, doesn't matter, just weekly candle close. If we can get something like this, if we can see something like this, if you can see a close, price close above 27.8, 27,730-ish, 27.8, that would be so good for the bulls. That would be so good for the bulls, because if that happens, guys, there is a decent chance Bitcoin actually, goes back to around 29,000-ish, at least 29,000 to 29, a bit higher than 29 even, but at least 29,000 if we see a weekly candle close above 27,800-ish with a bit of follow through as usual. Because if there's no follow through after those, pushes to the downside or the upside, doesn't matter which part, then most likely it's a fake out, right? Doesn't matter which direction it's, going to, right? It's something like this. Things were going down, the bears, started, getting exhausted a little bit, but we really didn't see that there was a lot going on, but there was some nice divergence that we pointed out, right? There was some nice divergence. We were at support. We had to keep it calm. We had to be patient and just give it some time to develop. And it did. And then we got some nice movement to the upside, right? So this is what you got to know. The weekly resistance that we need to break above to reach these levels, number one, okay? Number two, that first resistance on the daily, which is this one. I should turn it to blue and maybe mark it, right? So it's easier to follow. R1 daily, right? And if we can see any close above 27.8-ish, which aligns with what I said about the weekly, right? The next resistance is around 28.8-ish, somewhere around that level, 28.6 to 28.8 on the daily, that is, right? Let's have a look at the 4-hourly. 4-hourly, we have obvious resistance around 26.9. We need to see a close above 26.9 for us, you know, to go a bit higher to at least 27.4 all the way to 27, you know, 6-ish, somewhere around that level. So we need to see a close above this area. It was a nice bounce from this level to this level, but we need to see a close above this area. We got what, 38 minutes left until the daily candle close, which is not right now. It's, I mean, look, this is the thing. Do you guys notice we already have some bad divergence going on the 4-hourly time frame, right? Let's have a look at the hourly. Yeah, unfortunately, sad to say, for the bulls, for the bears, fine, but for the bulls, it's looking like also on the hourly we have some bad divergence. This scalping opportunity right here was beautiful, but we do have some things going on at the moment, so it's good if we're a bit cautious. Like any hourly candle close below 26,613 ish, you know, most likely that we head a bit lower, we do have some support around 26,450 ish, and if that doesn't hold, it's back around these levels. Okay, simple as that. So yeah, I think we're done with Bitcoin, pretty much. This is gonna be a fast one. Like, I've been with Ralph like the whole day almost. You guys know who Ralph is, for sure. So I've been with him the whole day, and a bit hyped because things have been going on with the market and so on and so forth. So I decided to go live this Friday, even though most people are outside and, you know, fist pumping and whatnot right now. Okay, so that was Bitcoin in short. Let's have a look at let's see now. Ethereum. This was the day I streamed on the 12th, right? And I did say that things were looking good and so on and so forth, for Ethereum at least, you know, better than Bitcoin. But I'd love it if I see the weekly candle close for Ethereum close something like this. That would be so beautiful. That would be so beautiful, you know? So we'll wait and see what happens in 2 days and 1 hour, if anybody cares for that. But we'll wait and see what happens. And if it closes something like this, and look, still, in some miraculous way, guess what? That blue line, that blue critical level line, this trend line, held. It's still above it. It still hasn't closed below it. So if we would have seen any close below this level, yeah, then, you know, bye-bye. But we spoke about this. Being a nice level of, you know, a nice level to go long, or a nice, you know, entry level, you know, that one can maybe take advantage of, right? So we spoke about this. You know, I'm glad it's being respected. It's good. Okay, so resistance for Ethereum. Let's see now. I don't know why this is not marked. This should be marked, but it's not. Anyways, first resistance for Ethereum. If we can see any 4-hourly candle close, let's say above. You see, the moment we broke above this resistance, this is probably drawn for the 4-hourly time frame. Look what happened. it kept on pushing higher, right? It kept on pushing higher. So the moment we broke above this level, this red line that is 1584, what happened? It went up a bit higher. Now we are around resistance, but I'm wondering what this resistance was. I should have marked it. This is the thing with not marking them sometimes. You know, you lose which was what. But if I'm not mistaken, this should be either for the hourly. Let's see now. Yeah, looks like it was for the hourly. Yeah, looks like it was for the hourly. Okay, we're gonna redo this. This is what we're gonna do, so everything aligns. We're gonna redraw that one, you know, try to perfect it as much as possible. Okay, first thing, we need to see a close above. This is this level right here. Because we got some clear resistance around these levels, guys. You see? Right? So we need to get above this level first, okay? This level right here. Let me just mark it this time. There we go. Come on, guys. Yeah, okay. So we got the first one there. Second one is right here. Gonna move this one a bit. So first resistance here, second one. Yeah, I kind of moved this one, then realized this one was for the hourly, so I can't mix them up, right? So gotta draw a new one here. And second hourly resistance, second 4 hourly resistance is right here, up there. Okay, cool, awesome. So R1, R2 on the daily, we got resistance right by that R2 on the 4 hourly as well. Okay, get it? Oscillators, let's see now. Yeah, I didn't go through the Bitcoin oscillators, but it's cool. We can take it on Sunday. Sunday weekly candle close, we'll take it then. On the daily, positive momentum on the oscillators. We got MACD that is bullish. What else? What else can we bring out? Yeah, like we're not gonna deny the fact that Ethereum has some ugly divergence, you know, going on. Negative divergence, you know, that's building as well. We need to see a close above 1730-ish for that first negative divergence, you know, to become invalid. All right, that first one. And we also need to see a close after that. We also need to see a close above 1860-ish for that second negative divergence to become invalid. Okay, got it? So that's the oscillators. I don't have the moving averages on today. We'll take that on, next time as well. No need today. What else? What else? When it comes to support, we should probably discuss support as well. First support for Ethereum on the hourly. I'm gonna keep it short. We're just gonna focus on the hourly. Since it's the weekend, this is gonna take time, right? It's gonna take time for things to happen. So there you go. First support around 1,615 to 1,606. And we do this, and then let's see now. S1 1 hour, right? Okay, we got our S1 1 hour. I'll keep this a bit closer. Just changing the color of the text for you guys so you guys are able to see it clearly. And if this doesn't hold, yeah, we gotta be ready, right? We gotta be prepared for everything. So if this doesn't hold, friends, second possible support that I see is somewhere around these levels. And we can fib it just to see if it makes any sense, right? Let's see now, S2 right here. 1 hour as well. Okay, should we fib it, right? Hold on. Yeah, so our S2 is right around the golden fib, right, golden ratio, and our S1 is right around this level right here. Okay, so things we'll see how things develop. We are at resistance on the 4-hourly time frame right now at the moment, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, me and the fib and myself are kind of agreeing at the moment, so it's not a bad thing. It doesn't always happen, right? So that's positive. Okay, now let's move on. We've spoken about the daily oscillators, right? On the 4-hourly, positive momentum on the oscillators, MACD is bullish, RSI is above neutral, all that is good, but we also have some bad divergence on the 4-hourly developing. It is so important that we see a close above at least 1,600 and let's see now, right here, 1,606, no, 51, and I'm being conservative. Okay, for hourly candle close above 1,651, good, that would be good, with a bit of a follow through. I don't want something that I don't want to fake out, right? With a bit of a follow through, that would be good. If that doesn't happen, then that negative divergence that we see developing could be respected, and if it gets respected, then yeah, most likely that we come and retest these support areas, right? Or consolidate, maybe go sideways, who knows? We'll see what happens, right? But we are prepared for different scenarios. As a pro, as a striker, if you're not prepared for what might come, it's not about being sure it's gonna come. Like, nobody's sure, right? Nobody's sure, but the possibilities and probabilities, we try to calculate that and prepare for different scenarios. Okay, so that's it. I don't think I have to add anything more. It's good, we'll leave it there. You remember, guys, I spoke about Tron, right? I spoke about Tron, and I said that you don't hear me talk about Tron in a positive way that often. Actually, it's never happened until the last stream, like the last prior stream. It's never ever happened. Number one, I hate the guy behind it. Like, I'm gonna say bluntly, he is one of the... He's just a scumbag, okay? I'm gonna, like, I don't care. He's a scumbag. Simple as that. But, when it comes to TA, I don't try to mix up emotions and whatnot, so on and so forth. If I see something that looks juicy, I'm gonna just, you know, roll with it, right? My opinions, what I think about him and the project and this and that, doesn't matter. I'm not trying to marry it or date it. I just wanna, you know, do some things with it and then move on with life, right? So Tron was looking good. I told you guys that there was a possibility that we could come to this level, you know, worst case scenario, this area, but not even that happened. Instead, what happened was we broke above this resistance, okay? We had a nice push to the upside. Then we hit next resistance. We had a little bit of a rejection, you know, a few times around this level, right? If I just, you know, do this, you guys can see we got rejected a few times here, right? But then when it broke out, guys, there was nothing left. It just, you know, went straight up. We're right by this level. We broke above this, you know, R1 on the daily time frame. We are like, by the way things are looking for Tron, guys, see ya around 0.085. Maybe then after that we could, you know, we are around resistance, first resistance right now. Maybe after this we could see some sort of a you know, resistance, you get what I mean? Like after this, possible, because we are getting closer and closer now. I'm just gonna hold on. Yeah, and for those of you wondering what I'm talking about when it comes to Tron, just have a look at the last video and you will understand. You know, you'll understand what I mean. Let's see what wrong. And we're done with this one. Yeah, okay. We have some negative divergence, okay, on Tron. It is super important for Tron to actually see a close above 0.085 for that negative divergence to not become respected, because if it's like bulls start losing steam around these levels, you know, that negative divergence becomes respected and so on and so forth, there is a nice chance that we could, you know, pull back to at least, you know, lows of 0.08. And if that doesn't hold, you know, we could pull back a bit lower, but we do have some support. This is on the daily. We do have some support apparently on the 4-hourly as well. We do have some support around lows of 0.08, just simply put, okay? Let's move on with the next one. Everybody is out today. Friday vibes. Okay, let's move on with the next one. We've had a look at so far, before I forget, Bitcoin, ETH, Tron. We're gonna have a look at BNB as well and Cardano. Greetings, Mr. Howley. Greetings. Glad you made it. So you're definitely not one of those people out, you know, that's out today, this Friday night, and, you know, fist pumping and, you know, just grooving and stuff. As a DJ, I can imagine you've probably had enough of that. All right. So BNB next before we move on with. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about BNB. I have to talk about BNB because this is not looking that bad, guys. And not to be in like I have to admit something, okay? Even though it's BNB and even though there's a lot of, you know, tumble going on left and right and so on and so forth, I always say trade it, not don't date it, right? So yeah, I kind of you know caught that one, so decided to just just trade it short term, like talking about hypotheticals, so people do not walk around and talk about me giving them financial advice. This is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Just saying. This was a nice opportunity, and even though it might just jump a little bit, all the way to, I don't know, $224 and so on and so forth, kind of caught it pretty early, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, like this one is, look, I'm not saying that BNB's FUD is not something that one should like weigh in. You should, like all of us should weigh that in, but this is short term we're talking about, okay? Just scalping here and there, right? So BNB on the daily looks like it's gonna be going up, okay? Like it's yeah, it's just like Tron. You probably didn't think I was gonna say this, but we gotta adapt, guys. So if you can see a let's see now, let me draw it for you, hold on. So friends, if we can see a close above this level right here, for the daily, this little blue box that you see for the daily, it's a mini obstacle for the daily, okay? But when it comes to the 4-hourly, it's actually resistance, right? It's actually resistance. So if we can see a 4-hourly candle close at least above 220-ish, yes, we could push higher. But I'm telling you, this one is looking good. This most likely we come to these areas. We'll see what happens when we come to these levels, but most likely we're coming at least to these levels, okay? I'm probably gonna share what I'm talking about with the Discord people. Hold on, just gonna take a screenshot. Just a moment, uno momento. Let's see now. Those of you in Discord, just about to share something. Hold on. Oh. Let's see. Copy and share, right? Let's see now. Yeah, this is very we're talking about short term. When I talk about short term, because BNB is not sitting like it's sitting in a rocky ship right now, right? In a, on a rocky ship, it's rocking left and right. Things can happen, but yeah, when T is telling you something else, it's difficult not to do something, so let's see now. Okay, shared that with our community on Discord. Now I can move on because I just wanted to show them visually what I was talking about, right? Because yeah, I don't want to do it right here on YouTube on the open. Let's see now. Back to the live stream. Oh, by the way, guys, if you guys want to join Discord, you have the link on the video description below. We have a lot of like-minded, people. Sometimes we just, talk about, other things. Sometimes we talk about important things, news and what's going on, share ideas. We got some smart, like-minded people. That is what I love about our community. Like, it's like a fam. You really do not have to feel pressure to do something. Okay, you show up, you discuss, and you find support. You just ventilate if you like to. We talk, but basically mainly what we do is talk TA. Literally, that's what we do mainly. So anybody who wants to come and learn and share of what they know as well, make sure that you join as well. Like, yeah, why not? Okay, so let's move on ish. So this one, not looking that bad. There is a decent chance we could go to 224 ish, at least. Any close above $224, something like that. Like, we could go higher to 235 and so on. So this is showing potential reversal signs. Problem is, like everything else, there is bad divergence, on this one as well, on the daily. So we need to break above certain levels and so on and so forth. Support, you already know, it's this level. It is still this level. It still hasn't changed, okay? Let's have a look at the 4-hourly. Well, 4-hourly, it's a bit different now. We have our first support around, I think this is actually hourly, yeah. Hourly first support around $211. On the 4-hourly, first support is around these levels, like 210, not that far away, but 210-ish, somewhere around this area. Any close below this level, then yeah, we could, pull back to the loss of $200. Simple as that. And if things go left, like left, which is not completely out of the question yet, since we have, negative divergence developing on different, daily time frames, right? If that happens, then yes, those levels that we spoke about, below $200 is still very possible. Okay, because people get confused. Just because it's looking good right now on the shorter time frame, it doesn't mean like all problems are out of the question. There's still danger looming. It's just holding on right now, right? And when an opportunity is given to you, it's not like you're just gonna say no thank you and walk away. right? You're gonna take it, you're gonna do something with it, and then you're gonna move on with life. Okay, hourly, we are already at resistance. I already spoke about support when it came to the hourly, right? Hello, BNB. If weekly closes anything like this, if weekly closes anything like this, guys, not necessarily a bad thing for the bulls, but we'll see. We still have 2 days to go, right? So we can't jump into conclusions, but I'm just saying, if it does close anything like this, it's something that I'm gonna keep a close eye on, right? Okay, let's move on. I don't wanna put a lot of time into it. I think we're good. Next Cardano. Yeah, this one was looking beautiful on the 4-hourly daily. It was looking weak last time we had a look at it, right? It was around these levels we're having a look. I didn't see anything special, but the 4-hourly did tell us that a potential reversal was coming, and I already did speak about these levels, so it's looking fine. It's looking fine, but on the daily it was looking bad. Like, it was looking bad. It was looking weak. I kept on saying that it's looking weak, but luckily we zoomed in a bit closer, and then we saw that we could see some nice movement, beautiful movement, you know, going on with Cardano. And guess what? This one also, you know, had a good time. Now, on the daily, we do have positive momentum on the oscillators, except that the RSI is pretty weak, right? It's pretty weak there. Otherwise, MACD is bullish. What else? We also have some positive, you know, divergence that is developing. Wait. I just noticed how... Hold on now. Yeah, this... weird, but it is what it is. Notice how the others had some bad divergence on the daily, you know, the ones we spoke about, you know, so far. Cardano doesn't have that yet. Not just yet. It doesn't mean it can't develop, but at the moment, it's still safe, on the safe side, if you get what I mean, right? So we'll see what happens with this one. We'll see. But I just, you know, find it to be a bit strange, since Bitcoin has it, Ethereum has it, Ron has a BNB as well, I think, if I wasn't if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, BNB as well, but not Cardano. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. All right, let's have a look at the 4-hourly. Let's see what's going on there. Okay, on the 4-hourly, we do have some negative divergence. We need to see a close above 0.26-ish, pretty much. I'm being a bit flexible with that, you know, price. 0.26, if we can see a close above 0.26, awesomeness. That negative divergence could become invalid if that happens. A bit higher, that would be next resistance for the 4-hourly. If we see a close above this level that I just mentioned, next level of resistance would be around R2, would be around 0.266-ish areas, right? And after that, yeah, all the way around 0.27-ish, and so on and so forth. 0.273 to be a bit more precise. 0.27, you know, 3 to 0.276-ish. Okay, So that is that for Cardano. Yeah, so far it's looking fine, but let's see what happens when it starts, getting closer to resistance, right? Yeah. All right, that was Cardano. I don't think there's anything else to add. It's gonna be an interesting weekly candle close. Like this time, it's gonna be an interesting one. It's been so boring for a while, right? Luckily, one can find those traders heaven ranges, right, and just play around with those. But it's been weak. Things have been developing so slowly. Like daily takes days and days and days, if not weeks. For hourly has been taking days to develop. Hourly has even been taking around a day in some cases. Like it's been crazy. All right, we're done with Cardano. So we're done with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron, BNB, and Cardano. If there's anything I've forgotten, just let me know. There is this coin that Howley actually brought up. It's called TRB. We're just gonna go through the TA, right? Just because he had a look at it earlier, so we're just gonna discuss it. Yeah, on the weekly, it's still like it's looking pretty strong. Now let's give it 2 more days. We'll give it 2 more days to see what's going on and so forth, right? I want to see a weekly candle close above $45.7 for this to continue higher to 55.5. Okay, now let's move on to the daily. And before I continue, we could develop if it gets rejected around these levels. There's already some negative divergence showing, okay, like developing. If it gets rejected around these levels, that negative divergence could become respected, right? Okay, besides anybody buying right now around these levels, may God help you. I have nothing else to say. May God help you, because it's a bit mad. Okay, it's a bit mad. All right, let's have a look at the daily. This is for you, Howley, okay? Mostly anybody else that's interested as well, but I'm bringing it up for Howley's, for Howley, not Howley's, Howley, excuse me. Oh, by the way, we have a minute until the daily candle is upon us, so I'm gonna do this pretty fast. Okay, weekly candle close. Like I said, if we can see a close above 40, let's say $46, okay? Weekly candle close above $46. There is, with a bit follow through, of course, then there is a nice chance we could go all the way to 55 to 60-ish dollars, okay? If that happens, right? Let's have a look at the daily. We are also close to resistance. Let me draw it for you. Hold on. So right here, resistance. Okay. Yeah, doing some live drawings, so bear with me. Tapping daily resistance R1 at the moment. R1 daily. R2, you already know about it because it was that weekly that I spoke about, right? Let's just say between 56 to 60-ish, okay? Between 56 to 60-ish would be the next one, right? Next resistance, so I'm not gonna draw that one. We could, remind me. One of you can remind me so we can come back and have a look at this one, right? That's daily anyways. Let's have a look at the 4 hourly. For hourly still looking like it's strong, guys. Even though it's overbought, yes, it's very overbought, but it's still looking strong. Let's just go back to Bitcoin real fast and I'll come back to TRB, okay? Yes. The daily candle has closed. The daily candle has closed, and yeah, I think most people have been waiting for this, right? Oh, this doji. It would have been so beautiful if you could see a close above 26,640-ish on the daily. At least, 26.6 on the daily would have been beautiful. But that didn't happen. And until that happens, guys, I'm gonna put it in a short way just so we can move on with TRB as well. Shortly said, as long as it's below 26.6-ish areas on the daily, okay, there's still pressure from the bears on the bulls, okay? Just simply put, as long as that happens, there's still pressure from the bears on the bulls. The moment we see a daily candle goes above this area, okay, at least the 4 hourly candle goes above this area, it's a different situation, right? With a bit of a follow through on the 4 hourly especially. But as long as we're having difficulties getting above this level, this white line, around this white line, yeah, the bulls are feeling pressure. Trust me, the bulls are feeling, well, you don't have to trust me if you don't want to, that's up to you, but just, just talking, the bulls are feeling pressure, okay? All right, now let's head over back to TRB. There we go. And we were talking about what other time frames, what other support levels we could find. We already know the resistance, right? We are tapping resistance now, and the weekly resistance, we already know about it as well. If we see a nice close on the daily, like I said, I don't have to repeat it, just go back and see. So when it comes to support, our first support, friends, is around these levels right here. Okay. Let's see, support, right? And by the way, I have to say something. This is something that made me so proud, and I was smiling. You guys couldn't see it, but this made me proud. Patreons and those of you who are in the community, like Howley yourself included, you've been sharing your charts with me, more often, and I've noticed that you guys have been using the support and resistance that I've been teaching here at Chart Striker. I've seen those S1s, I've seen those time frames, on the sites and so on. And I don't know if you guys can hear it. I have a smile on me. While I'm saying this, and I'm getting goosebumps because I realize that you guys are seeing that it does make a difference. It does help, to organize the TA that we do as well, right? So I just want to say I'm proud of you. I'm proud of my students. I don't know what to call you guys, friends, students / whatever, but you guys get it. I'm proud of you guys. Keep it up, keep on going. I see all this progress, so just keep it up, guys. Yeah, I gotta let you know when you guys are grinding and you're doing your best and I see progress, I gotta let you know. And I see progress in both Patreons and, you know, those who are, you know, in the community. Like all of you, I see progress in all of you. So that's a good thing. Yeah, of course, some of you a bit more than the other one. I gotta keep that competition between you guys alive. A good competition, like in a good way, right? Okay, we got rid of that S1 for Ali, you know, first support, right? Let's talk about... It's looking so strong, guys. It's looking so strong. This is the thing. Look at the hourly. We do have our high wave candle, okay? Patreons, you know what this means, right? And those of you who don't, like, yeah, there's some action going on between the bulls and the bears. You guys can probably not see it. I can't see it, but it's definitely going on, okay? So we need to see an hourly candle close above this level with a bit of a follow through, you know, for one of them to lose. For one of them to lose, because now it's like a tug war going on, okay? Look at the volume. Volume not is it matching up with this candle? No. Right? Just, you know, 1 + 1 makes 2. In this case, 1 + 1 is not making 2, right? The notation methods really help for sure. You see, like that makes me happy. That makes me happy because a lot of people think, you know, I'm just drawing it for fun's sake. No, it's not. It does help you organize things. Like it makes you prepared. Like, you know, if for example, if you'd only be focusing on the daily, okay, not on the 4-hourly, not on the hourly, trust me, you're gonna be missing things. Trust me, you're gonna be stressing out when things happen. You will be stressing out, but if you are prepared, okay, and let's say you have a daily support drawn and you have a 4-hourly support drawn, okay, instead of just waiting for it to go all the way down to the daily support, you already know if the 4-hourly support doesn't break, why the heck is it gonna go down to the daily support, right? Just, you know, logic, just common sense. If it doesn't break the 4-hourly support, why would it go down even lower to that daily support or whatever support it is that you have, you know, drawn, right? So having different, you know, going through different time frames and going through different, finding different, you know, levels of support and resistance and so on and so forth is gonna benefit you a lot. It's gonna benefit you a lot, okay? Shortly said. And I know I'm probably the only one using this on YouTube, whatever. Like I haven't seen a lot of people use it for support that much. Like they could probably use it for, you know, shorting, longing, and so on. In other words, you know, take profit 1, take profit 2, and so on and so forth. You know, in that way, you know, some people use it, but I use the support and resistance, like, you know, I use it a bit different, right? A bit different. It doesn't mean that I'm going long or I'm going short just because I have support levels like S1, S2, S3, or R1, R2, R3. It's more like, well, if I decide like I want to jump in or I want to go out or so on and so forth, I actually know where to keep an eye. Like I don't have to stress out, right? So there are days all I do is TA, nothing else. I sit down, like I don't want to be disturbed for a few days. I don't want to be disturbed. And all I do is TA. I go through all the markets that I'm interested in or that look interesting to me, you know, at that moment, or I try to filter out everything. It's a whole story, guys. And then I sit down and take everything out. I take everything out and then I don't have to stress. Simple as that. Okay, not simple as that, but you guys get what I mean, all right? I mean, if you put it that way, you don't have to complicate it because it's already complicated as it is. It's already difficult as it is, right? Okay. God, it feels like a Friday rant. I gotta take it easy a little bit. Probably because I haven't streamed. I've missed you guys. So yeah, there's a lot of talk. There's a lot to talk about. Okay, next support. We gotta talk about next support because we have first one figured out, right? Second one would be somewhere around these levels right here. This is a level it actually bounced from last time. Like, it consolidated a good while. Like, it tried to go up, it failed, it came back down, but it never, you know, broke this support level. This Ali knows what I'm talking about, since he kind of saw this, which is good. This is what makes me proud of my community, like super duper proud. Okay, so it never broke this level. It bounced up from this area and so on and so forth. But yeah, look, it was a strong one, but this is eventually gonna turn back down. Like I said, buying at these levels, like, it's madness. Rather wait for a pullback, you know, less riskier, because I don't know. If you ask me, there's a very high chance it's gonna start, you know, meeting resistance around these areas. Very, very high chance. So I'd rather, you know, just wait for a pullback. And if this doesn't hold, if this level doesn't hold, right, around this 30, so we got our first S1 for Ali right here, right? If this doesn't hold, most likely we dip all the way down here, right? And if this doesn't hold, then there is a decent chance we could go all the way down to 24, you know, 22-ish, between $22 to $24. Very possible if this doesn't hold. Okay, let's see now if I'm forgetting anything. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. So that was TRB. Awesomeness. Poor Bitcoin. Like, it's trying. Bulls are trying, but whatever. Like, they can't seem to get that far today. But the week, look, the week is closing in 2 days. Like, I'm so glad I decided to hold this one out and not decide, you know, to just jump on the bear ship and go like, okay, we're going straight down, everything is going left. So I'm glad, you know, that I spoke about giving it a bit more, like one more week, just to see what happens, since it still didn't break, you know, critical levels. So yeah, things are fine. So far so good. So far so good. So far, TA, that is done. We did Bitcoin, we did ETH, we did Tron, we did BNB, Cardano as well, right? And then TRB, okay. And we've been live for an hour. I think we're gonna call it a show for this one. Yeah. It's around 2 o'clock-ish my time. Yeah, okay. We're gonna call it a show this time, but on Sunday I'll be back because it is the weekly candle close. Like, I can't wait. I literally can't wait till Sunday comes. And hopefully, we'll see a bit more action next week compared to last week. I don't care if it's to the upside, to the downside. I just want to see some more action. Like, I'm getting bored with this sideways action for Bitcoin. Luckily, there's, you know, traditional markets and so on and so forth, but it's the weekend. Not much going on. So let's go out, you know, touch grass, have fun with friends, family, loved ones, I don't know, you know, each other, whatever it is. And yeah. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Much love to all of you. Thank you for all the love, the likes, the contribution, and so on and so forth. Yeah, make sure to keep on smashing that like, and yeah, do not forget to join Discord, join Patreon if you want to, you know, follow me on TikTok if you want to as well, and so on and so forth. And yeah, thank you for tuning in again, Howley, everybody watching, and so on and so forth. And much love. Happy trading, trade safe, and yeah, always do your own research as usual. Okay, good night and see you on the next one.